Welcome to a rematch here between Hera and Mr. Yo on Arabia once again. This time the civilizations are a little bit different. We have Hera playing as the Dravidians once again, trying to show off that strength of one of these new civs that's really looked at pretty poorly. Up against him, Mr. Yo here in the red playing as the Franks, one of the absolute top tier civs in the game at all levels, especially lower levels, but even at the highest of levels. And we have Hera, his base is directly in the southern corner of the map. And Yo, he's closest to the east corner, the east corner of the map. So they're not too far apart. This time, if we take a look at the maps, Yo's berries not really completely defensible, but on the other side, he's got a nice defensible wall area here, I would say, to wall between the wood lines on the right hand side of his base, and that would secure a gold mine as well, his main gold, if he walls it far enough out. On the other side, Hera, he's got forward berries, but pretty defensible if he chooses to go with aggressive walling. And his gold mine, very defensible. So I would say fairly similar bases, with Yo having to do a little more work to secure his berries, but they're not quite as front just directly forward as Hera's are. This map is a little bit more wallable than the last one we saw, but not closed by any means. It's still Arabia and very hilly in various places. You can see Hera bringing in his second boar. Mr. Yo also bringing in his second boar, has only taken, what, 1 sheep? Yes, 7 sheep remaining. It's incredible. Pushed in all his deer already, taken both boar. Hera only has 4 sheep remaining. So really an incredible strategy here out of Yo to be able to do so much so quickly, making use of that APM early. Mr. Yo. Hera now going on to the berries. Yo already on the berries with 1 villager, and now sending more to sheep. Interesting. These builds are definitely modified from what I'm used to seeing, you know, as the simple builds that people like me. I would say Hera is going to be walling up his base a little bit, and it can be pretty well walled around these areas, and then I would say probably just some walls into his TC, and that gives him a nice 3 wood lines, berries, and gold walled in if he walls from these 3 wood lines and then into the TC. Yo, on the other hand, if he walls across here, has a nice wood line here. If he walls across there, but that's a lot bigger of an area to wall, he would get a lot more space from that, obviously, but his wood lines aren't so close together. They're more spread out, which could be a benefit, could be a negative. We will see if it even plays a role in this game. With the wood lines being so close for Hera, if he loses the inside of his base here, he's going to lose a lot. You know, if he loses this area of his base, he loses the gold and 2 wood lines, whereas Mr. Yo has his wood lines all spaced out. There's no way he loses all 3 of those without just already losing the game. Both players on the way up. Yo went up at 19 pop, 18 villagers, so very speedy up. Hera went on the normal 20, so for these players, normal 20. Hera gonna be going into, I would say, just straight into archers and spearmen, and Yo dropping the stable immediately. We're gonna see scouts out of Yo, which makes the walls to this TC pretty much ineffective. That is what we're seeing, but he's going to have to then wall along here as well. Hera going to be pretty defended, though, I think, before long at all. And I would say this game is going to take us to the Castle Age. That's going to be my prediction. This game's just going to go right on the way to the Castle Age. Archer range coming down, and yep, you can see the walls just going to be circling this in very quickly. As Hera and he'll probably trade out some of these for a blacksmith somewhere along the line. Let's see if that happens. Scouts are out now. Just a couple scouts. 2 scouts might get into the base. I would say that's probably going to be all we see. Frank's very smooth food eco with that simple transition into farms that already have upgrades. 2 scouts looking at trying to find a way in. Hera going to be finishing the call. And yes, like I said, blacksmith did finish that up, and a house to finish that up, and Hera's fully walled. Scouts not finding their way in did cause some walling time, but that is all. And the archers gonna pop in here in the backside, or outside, inside or outside, whichever is more convenient. I am surprised to see no spearmen out at all for Hera. I'd say he's gonna be looking at going to the castle age in a hurry. And yep, archer range. I was gonna say I wouldn't be surprised if Yo adds an archery range to put a little bit more pressure on. And that is exactly what we're seeing. Scouts into archers. The scouts, 3 scouts, didn't do anything but cause some very aggressive walling there for Hera. Neither player has really any idle TC time. Very even game to this point. It's Hera adding in the farms. He does have horse color and double bit axe, as does Yo. Neither player has a wheelbarrow. Very similar so far. Just in the upgrades, neither player has any military blacksmith upgrades whatsoever. And Yo did use that scout pressure to buy him time for these gigantic walls that I said he wanted to do. Now, that's a hole. If I've ever seen a hole, that has to be a hole, right? Look at that. Look at that tile. See that tile? That tile there's open. There's a hole there for sure. 5 archers, though, already for Hera. I would love to see a couple spearmen, but it's probably a waste. Okay, just skirmishers coming out for Yo. Probably would be a waste. And Hera, just being annoying, stops on that wall. But now his scout's trapped inside. I don't know that he actually wanted that. His scout trapped inside of Yo's base. Is he going to find the hole? But if he finds the hole, then Yo knows about the hole. Hera needs to find the hole and not use it. Is this also a hole? No, there's got to be another little tree there, right? It wouldn't be that silly. Yeah, Hera needs to find that hole, but also not use it. It's got a bunch of archers, and I would say both players just looking at the castle age. No more military being produced for Yo, and Hera just producing archers, which, and archers and farms. So he's going to be heading into the castle age very soon. 14 farms already for Hera and 12 for Yo. So very aggressive on the eco expansion. Both players on 33 villagers. The resource is pretty similar, except Hera does already have the gold needed for the castle age, whereas Yo is going to have it at a more maybe appropriate time. Didn't spend that time earlier on that, but is going to get it in plenty of time. 16 farms now for Hera, and still 12. There's still berries to be taken for, actually both players still on berries. Yo tried to quick wall that scout. Didn't happen. Scout's just being a little bit annoying. Just running around seeing what it is he can see. 10 archers for Hera, and he's just about to click. And boom, Hera's on the way to the castle age. Mr. Yo, though, only going to be about 10 to 20 seconds behind, I would say. Let's see. And he clicks. Yep. So, yeah. 20 seconds behind. Right? Yeah, 20 seconds behind. Very even stuff from these players. I don't know if there's a hole or not. He did delete some walls to let these scouts out instead of clicking them out, I think. It still just looks so much like a hole to me. That just seems like it has to be a hole. But we'll see. We will see later. Scouts looking around trying to find something. Not going to find anything, obviously. Hera is going to move forward with these archers, and that's enough archers that the skirmishers for Yo are pretty lacking. Second archer range going to be added pretty soon by Hera, I would say, along with probably a stable just for funsies, actually for scouts, and maybe a light cav to deal with some of the heavy skirm play that you already know you're going to be up against. So skirmishers and knights probably against crossbows and light cav. And these guys heading out, is this going to get spotted? Well, that's the question. Heading out and... okay. Boom, boom. Second and third TCs immediately for Hera, as well as crossbowman, heavy plow, and bow saw. So a heavy eco approach from Hera. Yo, adding a second town center immediately, and probably a third one. I would not be surprised to see a third one added somewhere. Yeah, third one added here. Perfect. So both players going for the 3 town centers, and Scout found a little bit of a hole. Elite Skirmisher and Bodkin and Leather Archer armor coming in for Yo. Hera getting Bodkin in himself for his crossbows now. So it's going to be crossbow versus skirmisher. Neither player going to be able to find a whole lot of damage. Both players playing this very defensively, I would say, from here. Third town center, second and third town centers coming up for Hera and Yo. Hera's are already up, so that 20 seconds is going to turn into 0 villager lead as he got the town watch. Well, might turn into a 1 villager lead or so. Very even. Farms up. Yes, plenty of farms up to keep that production rolling. Hera with 20 on food. Yo, only 15, so it might get a little dicey, especially since he's going into skirms, which are a food-intensive unit as well. So he needs to probably be at 30 farms to be able to keep his production where he wants it, and then 40 or 50 to add in the heavy knight play that he'll want to go into later. If he's trying to go with a constant knight and skirm and 3 TC villager production. Because the 3 TC villagers, you need about 18-ish farms to keep that going. But then you got to get upgrades, so you need a minimum 20 to 23 for just your random eco upgrades, etc. And then to keep your production of skirmishers going, you're going to need another 5 or 6 farms per archer range, probably. And so, real quick, you get to 30 farms. And 40 farms, and 50 farms. Hera, on the other hand, only going to need about 25 farms. After that, it's going to just be too many. So, because he just needs enough for constant villager production and then a lot of upgrades, but then there's not going to be any more upgrades needed. So he's going to get up to about 30, it looks like. Now, Hera playing with the Dravidians is a little awkward because he's a player who loves to play into cavalry, specifically hussars. Dravidians have the worst stable in the game, and I don't think it's that close. I don't know what the devs thought was so stupidly strong about the Dravidians that they had to give them the worst stable in the game by a big margin, but something was considered really weak. Now, we are going to see a villager go down from Mr. Yo. And Hera, is he going to check this? Like, please just click in. Always at your opponent's base, just click in and see if there's a whole 4th town center now being added by Yo. Hera is 3 villagers up, so he did manage a little bit of a better start. He's on 33 farms, so he's going straight to Imp. This is just straight into Imp for Hera. He's actually getting fairly close. He's got the monastery. He just needs to drop a university. Moving 7 onto stone. So he's going straight to Imperial Age. Little fight here. I don't think this is that important in the grand scheme of things, as Hera's going to lose his, 15 crossbows here. Not a big deal, really, as he's not trying for 15 crossbows. Hera already with the resources for Imperial Age. You've got to be kidding me. Siege Workshop being added. Hera gathering in relics. He's got 1 relic in. Yo also gathering in relics, I would say. Yo trying to figure out what exactly is going on. Putting outposts around the map. So we're going to see a relic race. This is like it's arena. 2 relics in, right? 2 in? No, just the 1. I would say, I don't know where the other relic is. So We got 2 relics in for Yo. And Hera getting his second. Where's the 5th? That is the question. 4th Town Center now being added by Hera, but he's on the way to the Imperial Age. Well played there by Hera. Goes ahead and gets that monk. Is he going to get the next monk? No. Loses his 2 crossbows, but does kill a monk there. 4th Town Center being added by Hera on this stone out front. And he is going to have enough for a castle soon. Yo already has enough for a castle and has a pretty massive military lead at the moment. But it would be a mistake for Yo to come forward and drop a castle. You can see Yo really struggling to compete. And Hera has now, as soon as he got up to Imp, let these farms go idle and transitioned off of it. Ooh, but he is doing it. He doesn't know. Yo is dropping the forward castle on this town center because he thinks I'm close to Imp. What he doesn't know is Hera's almost just 1 minute away, already there. Elephant archers. Is that the play? That's not the play. That can't be the play. Castle's going to be dropped here or here. Very soon. I think Hera could... Does he even... Yeah, he has to see this, obviously. Okay, runs away just in time. Well timed on that. I'm not sure about the elephant archers, but I guess he wanted something in a hurry. It's just going to be elephant archers. Elephant archers against skirmishers? That feels bad. That feels very, very bad. And Yo's now going to realize that was not necessarily what I wanted to do. And now, what was the relic situation? 2 versus 3. Okay, so Yo did get the 3 relics. And Yo moves away. Didn't want any part of that. Elephant archers really going to start stacking up. Stables now coming down in a hurry. Blacksmith and stables. Yo going to be transitioning into an awful lot of knights. Hera, though, really fast Imperial Age, but not just like a fast imp. Really fast for a boom imp. Beating Yo by about 2 minutes. But no trebs on the way just yet. Hera... You need trebs, right? There it is. Okay. You gotta make this pay off. I would feel. Now, okay, good. He's already going into halberdier. I was gonna say he needs the pikemen out. The elephant archers aren't gonna do it. Yet they're upgraded. They're chonky boys. Dropping barracks everywhere. He needs to drop a stable if he's gonna continue in these elephant archers. He's not. It's going into infantry. So Hera seems to be testing out infantry plays today. Also, his stream title is Road to 2K8, and he was at 2K, let's see, 2699 before the last game. Not the last one that I casted, the last one he played. I think Yo won the last one. I did not cast that game. So, there was a game in between that I did not cast here for these players. Hera dropping another castle that's going to need to get up soon as the knights... Oh boy, this is going to be... The knights are going to spring on that, I think, if Yo is paying attention. Trebuchet's there, and yeah, the knights are springing on this. This castle's got to go up in a hurry. It's at 50%, and there's 13 knights coming, 60%. The halbs better get there soon. Like, this castle... It's going to go up eventually. Like, I don't think Hera's just, like, dead. 85%, it's going to get denied around 90%. Well, yep, 91.71%. This castle has been wiped off of the face of the earth from Mr. Yo. And elephant archers coming over in halberdiers. 15 halberdiers, wherever they are, probably also, yes, coming over as well. I want to see what kind of damage these elephant archers are receiving here. Where's that injured one? I can't even tell. He's got so much HP. Now the monks, well, Dravidians do better against monks. Oh, better, but not good. That one. Looks like he took about 15 damage, so definitely taking bonus damage from these guys. Cavaliers in for Yo. Hera has really... Hera's made this game very interesting to me. This just, boom. The game is very even, though. Hera does have a bigger military, but he's just about to get raided badly. He's going to lose his 2 trebs, and these cavalry are going to run into this wide open part of his base. And he needs more halberdiers. He's going to be losing a lot of villagers right about now. So the first eco kills have all... The ecos are even, which means Hera did have a pretty big lead there for a brief bit. These are still just elephant archers, not elite elephant archers. And the halberdier seems to be the bigger play. Halberdier, 22-1 on the eco KD. I think Hera is probably going to be getting some more trebs, bombard cannons. Halberdiers begin pushing into this. Ooh, Hera dropping the markets. He is known for this type of play. Doesn't get that one. Oh, man. So close. And doesn't get the house. Oh, Hera almost able to quick wall those cavalier into his base. It's a 48 military to 33, but the 33 military of Mr. Yo would probably fare pretty well against the 48. It's paladins for Yo and a lot of halbs, but not the kind of numbers you need. And there's some skirms out there. It's 33 paladins versus 33 halberdiers. You need a lot more. And this is how you play paladins. You just go in and go in and go in. Raids everywhere. And Yo taking the score lead. Hera having to drop another castle in his base. Needs to add more quick walls. I'm confident will do so. Yes, indeed. Does so. And the military KD, I don't know, but the eco KD 26-4. I guess quick math would tell you it's 71-32 overall, with about 20 of that being eco. And oh, just missed that quick wall by the barest of seconds. Hera struggling to contain this Frank pressure. This is why Franks are so good. There are paladins everywhere. The halberdiers aren't in the numbers, and even to take a stand-up fight and aren't everywhere you need them. Militaries and ecos all pretty similar in numbers, leaving Mr. Yo to have the stronger one. And Hera needs to get a unilateral push going, needs to get some siege in, and needs to just push forward. Elite Elephant Archer coming in for these 16 Elephant Archers. They are chunky boys. Very terrifying to try to fight up against. So definitely not a bad play. And Hera does have 3 castles and 3 town centers all over his base. So his base is well protected as far as that goes, but it's just not well enough. Trebuchet's out for Mr. Yo, and this just looks tough for Hera. Throwing axemen. Ooh, this is an in-your-face castle for Mr. Yo. He says, you can't do anything about it. Try and stop me. Go ahead and try and stop me. And Hera does clean up a lot of paladins here. Definitely cleans up a lot of paladins. These are chunky boys. These elephant archers doesn't clean up a lot of paladins. The paladins clean up a lot of elephant archers. My goodness, man. The halbs do come in, though. And yeah, definitely pretty good. Paladins everywhere. Halberdiers coming out. More castles being added as castles coming down in Hera's face. Trebuchet is going to come out, and this is a pretty well defended Trebuchet. But there are paladins constantly raiding all over Hera's base. He's now lost 64 villagers, 65 villagers, continuing to lose villagers. And this Trebuchet should just go ahead and set up and go ahead, yeah, start firing away. More paladins coming in. Unbelievable. And I don't think Hera can deal with this. Hera's just going to die, right? There's no way he can deal with. Lost 188 and 77. 80 of that now is villagers. Wow. Just bleeding villagers constantly. Still losing villagers everywhere. I look on the map, there's a paladin in Hera's base, unable to even get eco. His eco efficiency is down at 45%. Mr. Yo is in here. I don't know why Hera deleted that. Is in here killing the Trebuchet as well. Yes, the halberdiers don't cost much and they do counter the paladins, but not when the paladins kill all your villagers and you can't make more halberdiers and then you're dead. This is exactly how to play with paladins. Wow. Franks. Franks, man. Franks. Why are we talking about Gurjaras when Franks are this good? Seriously. Franks just so good. And the score doesn't really reflect that the game's over, but my goodness is this game over. 140 pop to 108. 80 eco that's not really working to 120 that is working very efficiently. 30 military to 28, but that 30 military is almost all paladins. And the 28 is mostly halbs, but just not enough. First off, like 30 to 30 is not the odds you need. You want 60 to 30 for the halbs. Light cav now being mixed in a little bit, but it looks like Yo has found some more gold to take. Ooh, there's even a throwing axeman, just one throwing axeman here, throwing axes at these villagers, knocking them over. Oh, now shooting the lumber camp. Another army of paladins streams into the back of Hera's base. 79 eco, and he's constantly creating villagers and halberdiers, and trying to make elephant archers, and trying to get an army that's big enough. But his army is now not even close to the same size as 46 to 27. And Hera can call this whenever he feels like it, as he's going to lose another Treb, most likely. His one little Treb here, yeah, dead. Hera knows it's over. He's just trying to see what he can do. There's nothing to do now. The KD, 298, 300 to 148. Unbelievable. And there's the game. Mr. Yo gets a win here, keeping Hera away from that 2k7 point. Let's check out the statistics. Military stats, 2.03 KD, 308 to 152 in favor of Mr. Yo. Buildings, 13 to 3. Army high, yeah, Hera had the army high of 53 versus 49, but that 53 military couldn't have beaten that 49. Resources collected, 67,000 for Yo and only 54,000 for Hera. You can see just throughout the game, technology, very nice imp time. Hera full boom imp in under 30 minutes. But Yo got there in time to make things happen. Society stats. Hera did end up with just a few more villagers, and throughout the game did pretty well in having very even ecos throughout the game till the raids started coming in, and then it was all over. And this game, Hera was only at 86 APM. And Yo only had 56. So, pretty good game. I hope you enjoyed this game. If you did, drop a like. If you want to see some more, subscribe. If not, that's alright. We'll catch you in the next one. See ya.